I got to poop on this California recall election. Look. The reason why I want to take a few minutes to comment about it is because it's got nothing to do with driving for DoorDash or Uber Eats or anything else related to my channel. I just thought I'd get a kick out of. Watching Larry Elder's speech after he lost the election, which we all knew that was going to happen. Okay, so I lived in California briefly for a brief period of my life for certain things, and I owned a business there, and then, eventually had enough sense to get the hell out of that state, and life is much better when you're outside of those borders. It's like I always tell people, I escaped communist fucking North Korea. That's what it feels like, and everybody gets a laugh out of it, but it's true. But this Larry Elder guy, I got a kick out of him. I've heard him on like Fox News and all these other channels, and he has a radio show, and I always thought he had a lot of cool things to say, and I was shocked that he was actually running. I'm like, oh my god, it's Larry Elder. That's great. But he actually would have been the one to make the most sense in California, because California, from living there and experienced it, it is a epic shithole of a fucking fuckfest of a state. And it's such a great state to visit. It's such a great state to vacation in, but it lures people in, and it lured me in a long time ago. With the promises of this, that, and you can do this. But when you get there, you get a crash course in reality after living there at least 6 months. After you get tired of the weather and, oh yeah, you can go to the beach. Everybody that lives there fucking stops going to the beach after like the first fucking year. And it's just like, dude, they don't care. Like, I remember living there. I used to go to the beach the first like fucking, what was it, like 6 months. And then I stopped going. It's like, yeah, who gives a fuck at this? It's whatever. It's, And then the weather, yeah, it has great weather, but after that, no, I always ask people that, what's the reason you go to California? And nobody can. That's the first shit thing they fucking mention, right? First thing, and it's just like after that, they really don't have any understanding. That's why these outsiders wanting to move to California really need to fucking get hit over the head with a fucking sledgehammer, because your life is not going to improve in any way whatsoever, specifically freedoms and financial aspects, because it's run by government dictators, and the problem is California doesn't have anything really better to do. They can't not better to do. They can't really do anything about it because they have so many fucking people living there. They have to control the herd, and the only way to control the herd is have intense governmental, pretty much you're stifled with everything. They have to keep the population under control because the fucking illegal immigration is just out of control there. Out of control. It's fucking danger. I drove all over that state with my business, and there are some downright, like, there is not 1, 2, 3, 4. There are a lot of dangerous areas in California. And up in fucking San Francisco, I never heard anything like that. You people taking shits on the street, needles everywhere. You think it's bad in LA and Skid Row. I mean, up there, they actually passed a fucking law in San Francisco that decriminalizes. You can go into a store and steal $1,000 worth of fucking merchandise from like a Walgreens and run out the door, and the cops aren't going to come and arrest you because it's like they think it's, that's okay. Some fuckface like Gavin Newsom probably had his hand in that because he was once governor of that fucking shithole of town, San Francisco. Great place to visit, but oh my god, I had a friend that lived there that I don't talk to anymore because we just got on each other's nerves because she was this like liberal hippie fucking like pro everything leftist. It's the far left, and I just couldn't stomach her shit anymore, and that's one of the reasons like I don't talk to her. I said nothing in common with her, So, but back to this recall election. It was a shit show with this. But did anybody ever think that the left was gonna vote out fucking Newsom? Come on. There's a huge population of conservatives and other parties within that state, but the majority live in those big cities like San Francisco and LA, and they just take all the votes. That's it. That's where the fucking people are coming from. So if you break that shit up, and you scatter it around other counties, it'll technically even out a bit, but you're still gonna have people coming from all over the place, and the illegal immigration and the people that weren't born in the country and all the people that I'm trying to just toe the line here and not really say what I'm gonna say, because I probably could get thrown off this fucking channel and somebody will report me for this. But it's just like the whole fucking thing with the Democrats is, what they do is pander to the criminals. They allow legal immigration. They basically lax all these laws. They allow the homelessness. They allow the deadbeats to collect unemployment for any given thing under the sun. They make excuses basically in that state, for you. If you're a fucking loser, they prop you up. And it's totally the opposite of what America is supposed to be about. It's like the government doesn't exist. You don't exist. You technically don't. You don't exist for the government. They exist to work for you, right? But in California, it's the opposite. When you enter that state and you work and you do things, you exist solely to prop up the government, the state government of California. That's how it's opposite. It's the opposite everywhere else, but in California, no, you're treated like a fucking North Korean prison camp inmate. I mean, that's how I describe it, my opinion. But so this Larry Elder thing was pretty cool.
We recognize that we lost the battle, but we are certainly going to win the war. We are forcing them now to pay attention to the problem of homelessness. We are forcing them now to do a better job on schools.
It's not going to make a difference.
We are forcing them now to do a better job on clearing our forests. We're forcing them now to do a better job about energy. We are forcing them now to pay attention to the things they should have paid attention to 2 years ago.
That's shit that goes longer than 2 years. And, see, a guy like Larry Elder calls him out, but he never had a chance at winning this. I mean, he had a chance because everybody has a chance, but there's no way you can sift through that blue fucking horse shit in California. There's no way. His best advice is just get the hell out of the state and go somewhere where you're appreciated and you fit in, your values fit in, and you can be free. Like, these cracks me up, these people now that, like, even when Arnold Schwarzenegger won the recall election back in, 2003, I mean, the state was more red, and it had less, no offense, it had less Hispanic population and less illegal immigration. So the problem with that is now, fast forward fucking almost 20 years, there's less and more of all that shit. So this guy didn't even stand a chance. I mean, yeah, it's true what he's saying about, hey, maybe they'll open up their eyes to the fucking insane problems of California, but they're not going to fucking do it. All they're going to do is Newsom's going to avoid debates, and he's going to avoid answering. He's going to sit in his mansion, and he's going to go out to fucking his wine country and not wear a mask and sit on his high horse and preach to everybody how you should act, and that's it. And he's never going to debate, never going to take questions, never going to be challenged by anybody, because when you live in a dictatorship like that, a one-party dictatorship, there's no choice. You never have a choice with anything, and that's the fucking funny part about California. When I lived there, you know how they market it to everybody, how it's the land of diversity, and it's so great when you have all these peoples of different cultures and whatnot, and different political backgrounds and way they express themselves coming together. But the problem is it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit in that state. The reality is it's the opposite. If you don't think like the high horse leftist fucking politicians and the fucking people whining in that state up on their high horse and preaching to you, and you don't go along with it, you're shunned. You're ridiculed and you're pushed aside. So the fact that California was actually the most undiversified state I've ever fucking experienced in my life, because you got one way to think and they force you to think like that, and if you don't, you're ridiculed and you're pushed aside like you don't fucking matter, and that's how it is. So a guy like Larry Elder does not fit. It does not fit.
My father always told my brothers and me, hard work wins. You get
not in California.
You get out of life what you put into it. You cannot control the outcome, Larry, but you are 100% in control of the effort.
But in California, it's ass backwards. You are rewarded for doing the least and being the biggest fucking deadbeat on the fucking planet. That's really that's the truth of it. That's how fucking fucked up that state is.
And before you complain about what somebody said to you or did to you, go to the nearest mirror, look at it, and say, what could I have done to change the outcome? And finally, my father always told this to my brothers and me, no matter how hard you work, how good you are, sooner or later, bad things are going to happen. How you deal with those bad things will tell your mother and me if we raised.
Try teaching the kids growing up now. Forget about the millennials. What's the generation after that? And then after that, it's like it's starting to really go deep now. These kids are becoming weaker and weaker and weaker, and it's fucking solely to blame on, number one, the state government and the media and the news and all that shit, in my opinion. But the big thing is the parents who raise these fucktards. It's the fucking parents. Because for some way along the line, the attitudes in California that I've seen, and literally it's other states too, it's not just California, but these parents who were raised maybe by baby boomers, then they get, they maybe, complain and bitch about their fucking parents and the way they were raised. And then so they have to struggle, and then they hold on to all that resentment and their million fucking mistakes that they made. And then what do? They have kids or whatever, and then they think to themselves, well, my little Johnny is not gonna struggle like I did. I'm gonna make sure I do everything I can to get ahead, give him a head in life. And right there, that's the problem. The fucking struggling is what makes you tough, you dipshits. But in that's not the way of how it is now. And everybody in California needs their fucking safe space. I've never seen anything like it. You can't say shit to people. They'll start crying on the drop of a hat on the sidewalks. And, these fucking kids now in California, they think they're entitled to a safe space.
A man.
Go back and miss that. I talked through it. That was a pretty good statement he makes. I like that statement.
A man.
Back here. Hang on.
Good you are. Sooner or later, bad things are going to happen. How you deal with those bad things will tell your mother and me if we raised a man.
That's a good statement. I like that. You don't hear Newsom. You don't hear fucking Newsom talking like that. His thing is like, I don't have to do shit. I got my hair slicked back, and I was a mayor of San Francisco. That should be fucking enough. I don't have to. I'll just wait until the results come in. I should be good to go.
And every day, I try to please my mother and my father by trying to convince them that they, in fact, have raised a man. So, I just want to thank everybody, all my volunteers, all the people who knocked on doors, who rang doorbells, who made phone calls, who went online. I want to thank my wonderful campaign staff. I have been a politician for all of 7 or 8 weeks. How am I doing?
Pretty fucking good, I thought. I liked it. I liked what you run on, brother. I was watching, even though I don't fucking live there. I once did, but...
They are now listening in ways they never listened before. They're now hearing us in ways they never heard us before.
Wishful thinking.
They're now going to work our problems the way they've never done before.
I doubt it.
I'm not somebody like my opponent who was born on third base and thought he hit a triple.
That was awesome. Did you all hear that? And that's classic Gavin. That actually would sum up fucking Gavin Newsom. Yep, that's funny, man. I'm gonna have to fucking use that one. The guy was born on third base, and he thinks he actually fucking hit that fucking ball and ran around those bases and landed and slid into third base. Yeah, that's I gotta use that one.
I'm somebody from the inner city whose parents came here, as I said, with nothing, who worked hard, love you too, who worked hard, who believed in the American dream. And we believe in the American dream. We believe in a country. We believe in the vision of Martin Luther King. We believe in hope, true unity. We don't divide by race. We don't divide by gender. We don't divide.
That's pretty funny, though, because this guy was a black candidate. And, he went around that state. I was watching a lot of the interviews, and he got, remember that one chick that threw an egg on him and stuff like that? So how is that not racist? They didn't vote for the black guy from the inner city? They voted for the white guy from, that was born with a silver spoon in his fucking jaw and has his hair slicked back and goes out to the fucking richest wineries in Napa during COVID when he preaches, you guys should wear a mask, but he was photographed not wearing a mask. And I don't have to get into this fucking clown. So isn't it kind of hypocritical? Isn't it kind of hypocritical that the left wouldn't vote for the black guy? I don't know. Seems a little fucking weird to me. But hey, they invent the rules as they go. That's just how California is.
By sexual orientation. We don't divide by ethnicity.
Yeah, there's another one. What about the fucking Bruce Jenner? I call him Bruce, but whatever. It's the fucking the trans whatever. Caitlyn Jenner. What about that? That thing's a Republican. But why the fuck didn't why wasn't anything in the news about Caitlyn Jenner? Oh, when that thing came out and said, I have a penis, but now I'm gonna live like a fucking a woman and have the whatever. Remember how that was a big thing? Oh, making headlines years ago. It's all you fucking read this shit. Who cares about your personal life, dude? You're fucking Bruce Jenner. You're a fucking Olympic gold medalist, okay? In the men's division. So the point is, what happened to that? You didn't hear a shitting thing from fucking that Caitlyn Jenner. And there it is. That fits the agenda. Why wouldn't the fucking left be proud of a fucking transgender or whatever the fucking term is running for governor? You got a black guy here and you got a transgender running for governor. Nope. We're going to go with the rich, uppity, fucking ignorant fucking white guy that was the lieutenant governor, and he just went right in to the governorship, and he basically is proven to fuck up that state. There's nothing you leftists can say to that. There's nothing you can say to that. It's so fucking hypocritical. That's the left. That's the left in California.
We don't divide by religion. We unite.
Yeah. Not in California, you don't.
With this.
That's all bullshit, and they make that work, and they put a spin on that when it works for their agenda. But this didn't work for their agenda, so yeah, we're not gonna mention the guy's black and he came from fucking Compton, and look at what he fucking made himself into. And we're not gonna mention we had a transgender Olympic athlete on the bill. No. We just, let's just vote for the fucking rich white guy. Now, imagine if that was flipped on the other end, how that would go down. Oh my God. A guy like Newsom, if he was Republican, would be fucking shit on. He would be attacked by the left. And, a guy like Larry Elder, and it didn't, you could put a monkey or a bear up on the fucking platform running, and the bear would have a better chance of getting elected. It just doesn't make sense. Remember when Schwarzenegger ran? Wasn't fucking Gary Coleman on the fucking list as candidates? That circus back in 2003. Anyway, let's see what he has to say. I'm just ranting here.
I want to thank all of the religious leaders who back me. Pastor Joe Pettick of Huntington Hills, Pastor Jack Hibbs, Chino, Pastor Joe Franklin, Fresno, Pastor Paul Chappell, Lancaster. Hope I'm not leaving anybody out. You all got my love, and I love you so much. And I must tell you, I have been overwhelmed by the support. Men, women coming up to me, crying, saying that for the first time, you've now given me hope that things can turn around. Now, tomorrow I'm going to be asked by all the members of the media what we're going to do next.
Yeah.
What happens after this? Christian, thank you for your love. what happens after all of this. As a former radio host, let me just say this. Stay tuned.
That's awesome.
God bless you.
Move out of the state, Larry. Move out of the state. Look, I'm going to close this video. I just had a comment on this because I lived in California, and I knew this was going to be a fucking waste of time because these fools would just, reject the recall. But I liked Larry Elder. I would have voted for him if I lived there. In my opinion, that's what California needs right now. It needs somebody new, fresh, the opposition to come up and shake up everything that's going wrong with that state. And, because it's just been going in a fucking dump for a long time. So you would think that, people would want to shake things up and maybe, hey, you know what? Let's try this guy. Let's try this guy out. Maybe he can help. Nope. What does that fucking numbnut state do? They just go along with the same old and keep regurgitating. And what do you think? And in 5 years, you think fucking electing these fools like Newsom, the problems are going to go away? You think that way? Yeah. That's why I left. That's why I left that fucking shitbag fucking state in my rearview mirror, and I haven't thought about it once. I had an opportunity recently to get my wife she had a job offer for about a year. I'm not going to get into specifics, but she basically took it and wanted me to go along with her. I would have got a salary too from it, but I opted not to do it because of specifically, I don't want any part of that fucking state. There's too many fucking lousy situations. It just sickens me when I have to cross the border into fucking California. All those West Coast fucking states just suck balls. Like, even Nevada sucks. Arizona fucking sucks. Like, you want to... Oh, yeah. It's just like when you get in there... I mean, the politics are a little bit different in Arizona and in Nevada, but I'm like, no thanks. I'm going to wait that year out, and then, we have other options after that. I'm not going to get into it. But it's just, it gets to that level where, like, I lived there briefly, and... it's just one of those fucking, you just drink and talk about it like I'm doing here. But the video here was pretty funny because, you would think that the state would want somebody new in there with new ideas, fresh direction to fucking just shake up that. But no, they don't, and that's California. That's how it is. So my best advice to Larry Elder: just get the fuck out of the state. If you guys are living there and frustrated with how your life is based on that fucking dictatorship up in Sacramento and all these other fuckwads in LA and, San Francisco, you're never going to change it. There's nothing you're going to do about it. Your only option is, just do what's best for you and go somewhere else, move, get out of the state and find some place where it fits your lifestyle a little bit better. And for me, Texas has solved that problem tenfold. It's such a fucking awesome place to be, and you just feel like you can actually just fucking breathe, So that's my video pooping on the state of California, which rightfully it fucking deserves. And shout out to Larry. I always got a kick out of this guy. I knew who he was before he was running, and he would have made a good governor. I really think he would have. And you never know. You might see him somewhere else on a bigger stage. So, all right. Well, I'm going to wind it down and, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs down. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because mainly this, I had to make an exception here because I do a lot of pooping videos on Pedro Douchebag Santiago. And that's mainly what this playlist is for. But this was a special one because I just wanted to make time to comment on this fucking situation in California. So, hilarious stuff. Great. Basically, didn't see it going any other way, but it's just like, what'd you people expect? What'd you people expect? That Newsom was gonna get thrown out of office? Come on, give me a fucking break. But hopefully this is entertaining, and I'll see you later.